fellow wanderers, my name is Ben Chalonitsky, and on a weekly basis I like to share my points of view of the world as I view it through the lens of the Torah. A man sat at a metro station in Washington, D.C. and started to play the violin. It was a cold January morning. He played 6 Bach pieces for about 45 minutes. During that time, since it was rush hour, it was calculated that thousands of people went through the station, most of them on their way to work. 3 minutes went by, and a middle-aged man noticed there was a musician playing. He slowed his pace and stopped for a few seconds, and then hurried up to meet his schedule. A minute later, the violinist received his first dollar tip. A woman threw the money in the till, and without stopping, continued to walk. A few minutes later, someone leaned against the wall to listen to him. But the man looked at his watch and started to walk again. Clearly, he was late for work. The one who paid the most attention was a 3-year-old boy. His mother pulled him along, but the child stopped to look at the violinist. Finally, the mother pushed hard and the child continued to walk, turning his head all the time. This action was repeated by several other children. All the parents, without exception, forced them to move on. In the 45 minutes the musician played, only 6 people stopped and stayed for a while. No one knew this, but the violinist was Joshua Bell, one of the best musicians in the world. He played one of the most intricate pieces ever written with a violin worth $3.5 million. This is a real story. Joshua Bell playing incognito in the metro station was organized by the Washington Post as part of a social experiment about perception, taste, and priorities of people. The outlines were, in a commonplace environment, at an inappropriate hour, do we perceive beauty? Do we stop to appreciate it? Do we recognize the talent in an unexpected context? One of the possible conclusions from this experience could be, if we do not have a moment to stop and listen to one of the best musicians in the world playing the best music ever written, how many other things are we missing? During the month of Elul, and on the high holiday of Rosh Hashanah, we hear the shofar, but do we really stop and listen? Today's common question of the week is, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why? Leave your comments in the section below. If you like this video, please share it on Facebook. It helps the show, as well as clicking the thumbs up button. You'd be surprised as how much that thumbs up button can do. So for all you YidioTube watchers, down here on the right-hand side of the screen is my channel's name, The Wandering Jew. If you click on that, you'll have the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and do it. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Except your eternal soul. I'm just joking around. It doesn't cost anything. And I'll see you next week. Bezras Hashem.